Hey guys, greetings from Stump Pond. This is in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Right now it is a pretty drizzly day, not the best weather, and I'm actually just getting over the flu, and I currently have an infected tooth. So what better way to try to ease the pain than go out on a little early spring hike out here in Smithfield. This is Stump Pond. This is one of the largest ponds in the town. It is right on the police station off of Farnham Pike, and it's a great place for fishing, kayaking, boating, and there's actually some secret hiking trails in the back over here too, which not many people know about, and I'm going to take you guys down them right now and we'll see what we can find. Alright, as you can see, this is still part of the Woonasquatucket River that runs through Smithfield. We've already explored this river in many earlier videos. This pond right now is still solid frozen. Even though the weather's starting to get a bit warmer and spring is coming, the thaw has not yet fully kicked in. So if you're planning on doing kayaking or boating, you might want to wait a couple weeks. Let's go first walk down this paved sidewalk all the way to the end and see where this leads us, and then I'll take you guys down the wooded area to where the trails are. So you can see right here, this is the dam that they built to hold the water in the pond up. This is a man-made pond, and it's actually called Stump Pond because they chopped the trees down under there and they filled it, and there's still all tree stumps under the water of the pond. Look at the crows, the size of those crows that are in that tree. Those are like turkey-sized crows. Here's the river portion, and then there's the dam right there. So right here in the winter, there's not much to see, but once the spring really kicks into force, there's going to be all kinds of ducks, birds, you'll see frogs, and it's going to be full of life. We're close. There's the bridge over at Farnham Pike. And now I'm going to walk to the end of this side over here. It looks like that there is a channel or like a runway through the water where the river flows into the dam, or the opposite way, maybe the dam flows to the river. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it looks like this is the area where the excess water from Stump Pond flows back into the Woonasquatucket. There's a little man-made waterfall here. Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful. And over here we have some life. There is a swan chilling right by the edge of the pond. Let's see this guy. Looks like he's floating that way. There he is. Hey buddy. So there's Mr. Swan over there on the other side of that wall, or at least I think he's a Mr. I'm not sure. Do male swans still have that white feathered coat or what? And wow, that is a beautiful, beautiful view. I mean, look at that. That's like, that ice is still pretty thick. Alright, so we're coming up on this building right here. This is probably like the maintenance building for the dam. I'm sure it's off limits. I don't think you can get inside. Yeah, it's locked up. I'm not quite sure if this dam has the ability to produce power or not. It was like hydroelectric. So we're gonna head over to those hidden trails in the back over there. Yeah, look at that beautiful view right there. This is a boat launch down here, so yep, you can definitely take kayaks and small boats on the pond. I want to find out a little bit more about the history and the modern day uses of this place. Let's ask the ChatGPT and see what they can tell me. Hey, what can you tell me about the history of Stump Pond in Smithfield, Rhode Island, and the modern day uses of it?
Stump Pond in Smithfield, Rhode Island was created in 1853 by damming the Woonasquatucket River. This 300-acre reservoir, also known as Stillwater Reservoir, was named for the tree stumps visible after flooding. Today, it's a popular spot for fishing, boating, and kayaking. The Rhode Island Canoe and Kayak Association even offers flatwater training sessions there.
All right, well, that's interesting. So, 1853. And I'm assuming they did this because the amount of mills that are in the area, as we've seen earlier in the old mills at Stillwater, this kind of a setup would help pump water into the mills and keep the factories running, like hydroelectric power. So that's cool. Right now we're heading towards the secret trails I was telling you about. Now, I don't know how secret these really are. I know that some people know about them, and in the summer there's actually an area where you can go swimming over here. I don't know if you're technically allowed to, but people do because it's shallow and it's easily accessible from this trail. But I'm going to assume I'm going to be the only person on this today because it's not the greatest weather. So let's see what we can find. And yeah, we're still very early in the season, so we don't have any green leaves in the trees except for the evergreens like the pines and the spruces. And now, compared to what I was dealing with in Maine, this is a cakewalk. When I was up there in Lubeck last week, I wouldn't have been able to hike or walk in any areas like this because the snow off of the plowed roads was literally like up to my waist. So this is the first hike I'm actually able to do in a couple weeks. All right, we're coming to the entrance of the trails in the woods. And this is a nice little view right here. I know a lot of people come and fish in this area. And I like this terrain. This is my favorite kind of hiking terrain, with these stones and tree roots that stick out of the ground. To step on them, it's satisfying. You really feel like you're outside. Look at these tree roots. This tree is old, and it must have been further buried in the dirt before, but through erosion it looks like the sand washed away. But yeah, that's a sturdy tree system. See if there's any kind of crayfish or any small fish to see. I don't see anything yet. The turtles are definitely still hibernating, so let's keep going. This trail, I don't think goes very far in. I don't think it's more than like a mile, and it does actually end on private property, so we will go all the way to the end that we can, then we'll turn around. And it looks like the trail's split. There's a couple different systems. I'm just going to stay on the straight one today because I'm not familiar with where these go, and they're a little bit less maintained. But wow, look at that. That's a nice open view. And like many of these lesser known trails in Smithfield, they have probably been around since the 1800s, when people had to bring materials either by foot or by horse through the mill zones. Some of them are abandoned train tracks. This is not a train track though. It just looks far too thin. People probably walked or took horses here. And it gets a little hilly as you get deeper. This is a nice place to just take a quiet, short walk if you want to just get away from people for a little bit and hear the silence. And it gives you a pretty cool feeling as it huddles the cliff as we get further out. It gets more and more of an incline, but towards the side, sloping down to the pond, so you feel like you're really like on the edge of a mountain or something. All right, here's the spot actually where most people come in the summer and chill and swim, and I really like this spot. So behind me you can see there's actually a rope swing set up. People go and they fly right into the water using that. I got a little sketch just because I feel like it's pretty easy to scrape your ass on the ground if you miscalculate the drop. But it's cool to set up a picnic over here or whatever, just chill, have some snacks. Let's get down to the bottom. Okay. All right, so yeah, this swing, they set a little handle up on it, which is pretty cool. You can get some good inertia coming down from up there and flying right into the water. You can go pretty far out. And it looks like there's a couple more swans further out in the pond that way. All right, let's continue. We'll get back up this hill and we'll go to the end. You know, as we get further down, I'm not sure the legality of it, but I have seen people pitch tents or camp up in this little clearing that we're going to get to. It's a nice quiet spot, and it's another good place to go take a dip. So let's go see what we got. I can hear a chainsaw in the background. I hope that's not Leatherface. All right, so this spot right here is a really cool and unique spot of the hike. So right here you can see there's a clearing, a lot of moss, so it's comfy. I wouldn't actually mind setting a tent up here myself and camping. Looks like people have had some fires. You can see the ashes. And yeah, in the summer, this might be one of the best places to go and go in if you're going to swim, because the water is very shallow here. There's a pretty big drop off that way. You don't get like a lot of space to put your feet on the ground, but here it stretches out shallow before it goes deeper. I wouldn't recommend right now, but maybe coming up in May or June, this could be a pleasant experience. And this looks like it's a snake hole right here. So they're out there. I am going to turn around. Let's see if we can find anything else cool on the way back, and then we'll check out that final trail before calling it a day. Okay, so there's the Smithfield police station right there across from the pond. So that means to the left of it is Wolf Hill, that hump that's over the ridgeline. That's where we went to the quarry in an earlier video and filmed over there. All right, so it looks like we're wrapping it up. This is the end of this section of Stump Pond's trails. So right now, I saw one other section up ahead that I haven't seen yet that I'm gonna go check out, and then I'll be able to share this with you guys online. All right, I made it to the other section of the Stump Pond Trail, which I want to go check out right now. So let's see what is down this way. I am not quite sure if I've actually ever been here before. Believe it or not, being in Smithfield, I've always went to the other one. But I figured today's a good day to try something new. So this section right here definitely looks like it was an old train track, just by the way it was plowed out or cleared out over here. They probably buried the rail or removed them. And I don't know how far down this goes. I'm assuming it's going to lead right to get a good view of the pond. It's very slushy over here for sure as all the snow melts. Here's some condos over here. Those actually look really nice. They got balconies right by the lake. And okay, I see what's going on here. So the trail turns this way and goes towards the pond. And I don't think it's gonna end up linking up with where we were before, but it looks like it's going to stop at that dam part where there was the man-made waterfall. So let's follow this to the end. Look at this, it's like a little side pond over here. Kind of like a little outflow for the water from the main pond. And all right, I think we're coming up to the end right here. I like how flat and open the end of the trail is here. You get a really good view of the pond. And I mean, yeah, like it just seems like a cool place to chill out. So here is the other side of where we were before. And yeah, for sure, this track that I'm walking behind me is a train track because it connects to the scenic trail, which is also an old train track. So this is the other side of that. Whoa, look at this guy. Hey there, buddy. It's a beautiful swan. You can see a couple crows standing on the ice in the distance as well. But that guy is cool. Really nice for a small little hike. It's got a lot of beauty to it, and it helps facilitate self-reflection. I saw one side trail down this way we'll go check out, and it looked like there was actually some benches or something set up, so we'll see what's over there. Well, this is nice. I'll have to make note of this spot and definitely come back. The chair doesn't look very comfy. Looks like you'll get splinters on your ass, but that view is worth it. So guys, I'm heading back to the car now. I appreciate you watching, tuning in to Stump Pond. This is a Smithfield classic. It was cool to show you the lesser known trails of this place, and I'm happy that you guys tuned in. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Helps me make more awesome content for you guys. And I can't wait to show you what else I have in store for the future. Thanks. I'll see you next time.